Today is April 5th, and as usual, I'll take a look at the new items on Halo Infinite Store and determine whether or not they're worth your money. So how's it going, Magpies? I'm Magpie Leon, and let's jump straight in. Not that anyone in the world is surprised, but this week's weekly rotation is extremely disappointing. There is one thing worth noting, and that is the Zvezda armor set is back. Finally, it has not been seen on the shop since the game launched, so it's cool to see that back, but we'll talk about that in a moment. There's 4 bundles today: the Zvezda armor set, the flash forward set, the tank rank bundle, and the setting sun weapon coating. We'll start by talking about the setting sun weapon coating. This costs 300 credits. It gives you a weapon coating for the rocket launcher, and that's it. It's a nice coating. I will admit it is a nice weapon coating, but it's not worth 300 credits. It doesn't stand out enough to warrant that price point. Again, I'm going to use Fortnite as a comparison. Fortnite, you can buy a weapon wrap for all of your weapons and even vehicles for 300 V-Bucks. You get it for all of them. Halo Infinite gives you one weapon coating for the same price. That's not fair. That's not worth it. Would not waste your credits on that. Next, we've got the tank rank bundle. This bundle costs 400 credits and gives you 6 items, kind of. Obviously, you get a nameplate, and it counts the emblem as an individual item for each thing, which I think is stupid, but it doesn't seem like that's going to change. You get the mineshaft vehicle coating for the Scorpion. This is a nice vehicle coating. I do like this. The sort of black and gold looking coating. It's cool. You get the tank rank weapon charm. It's a little reference to the line that the Marine says in Halo 3, where he says tank beats everything after you've been blowing up so many things with the tank. And then you get the Kabuto nameplate and emblems. This is a decent enough emblem. I do kind of like this. I feel like it should be something that was a part of the Tenrai event, but it isn't, so fair enough, I suppose. It's crazy that this costs 400 credits, and although this isn't a great bundle, it's got so much more value over the setting sun weapon coating. I don't think 400 is a super fair price. I think maybe it should include the vehicle coating for just a couple more vehicles, or maybe if it gave it you for a gun or something like that as well. It would have been cool if you got the coating for the rocket launcher and the Scorpion. I think something like that would have been nice. However, 400 isn't a terrible price, and I can understand the appeal here. Next up, we've got the flash forward set. This contains 9 items. You get the flash forward armor coating, the flash forward vehicle coating. You get the vehicle coating for a couple of vehicles. You also get the flash forward weapon coating for a couple of weapons. Alongside this, you also get the cowcatcher vehicle model for the Warthog, which adds these big spikes on the front, which definitely look pretty badass. The weapon coatings available here are decent enough. I do like them. The orange and blue almost gives them a plastic texture. I kind of like that. Same with the vehicle coatings. Everything here is pretty nice. 1,000 credits, not a bad deal. I do think you should get the armor coating for both other cores. Seeing this on the Mark V or the Tenrai core would be awesome. So I think there's still improvements that could be made, but overall, not a bad deal. I can understand the appeal, especially for that cowcatcher vehicle model. Last but not least, we've got the Zvezda armor set. Again, this hasn't been seen since launch. It's had a price reduction of 500 credits. This is interesting because every other armor core, or every other armor set that has returned has had a much bigger price reduction. I think Hazip had a price reduction of 1,000 credits, Anubis had a price reduction of 800, but I think because 343 know how much people wanted Zvezda to come back, they've made it 1,500 and only reduced it by 500. Now, I was stupid enough to buy Zvezda when the game came out simply because I wanted my Spartan to look a bit more unique, and I wanted those big shoulder pads that are available here. But let's talk about the items. The bleach bone armor coating is pretty nice. Most people just see it as the color white, but I will admit I do really like this armor coating. I like the texture and I like the little cyan details. They really pop out. The Zvezda helmet is basically the newest version of EVA. It's a nice helmet. You get the Droktulf, I probably butchered that, but you get the helmet attachment for Zvezda, which is fine. I wish it covered all of the visor and then it gave it like this almost sort of Cyclops look, but it's a decent enough helmet attachment. I've never used it and don't intend on using it. It's not my cup of tea. However, it's a decent enough attachment. You get the Interrupt visor. It's a pink visor, but I do like this one. It goes really well with the neon armor coatings that we got during that event. You get the UA/V8. Again, pronouncing that wrong, but you get those shoulder pads. These are the biggest and, in my personal opinion, the best Mark 7 shoulder pads. They look really cool. I like them. You also get the, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, the cooling unit chest piece. I'm not a huge fan if I'm being honest, but it's there. You get the Type RG knee pads. These are knee pads, not much I can say about them. The Stay Hydrated stance, and that's everything you get in that bundle. For 1,500, I think it's a decent deal. I think you should get the coating for all 3 cores, and there could be a bit more to sort of tie it over, maybe a wrist attachment or something along those lines, but 1,500 is definitely better than 2,000 credits. So if you're after this if you're after the set, if you want these shoulder pads or just a helmet or something like that, I'd get it now because I don't know if we're ever going to see it again. This week's ultimate reward is decent enough. You get the Knuckles weapon charm. It's better than an emblem, I'll be honest. It's not great by any means. It's not as good as a chest piece. However, I still think it's a decent ultimate reward and one that I think a lot of people will want to grind for. Overall, the shop's disappointing and the ultimate reward isn't anything super special, so it's another disappointing week for Halo Infinite. It has just had its April update, which has just added a few bug fixes. But there's not much else to talk about. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new here. I'm aiming for 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and I really think that's an achievable goal. Cheers again, folks, and I'll catch you all in the next one.